The purpose of Wealth Talk is to educate, inform, and hopefully entertain you on the subject of building your wealth. Wealth Builders recommends you should always take independent financial, tax, or legal advice before making any decisions around your finances.
Today's episode is brought to you by Wealth Builders Membership, a proven step-by-step process that helps you achieve financial security within 2 to 3 years. To find out more, head to wealthbuilders.co.uk/membership. Hello, welcome to a live Wealth Talk. Kevin, we're face-to-face today.
Yeah, good to meet you, Chris. How are you?
Good.
Have you been?
All right, thanks. Not often we get together these days, is it?
Not in sunny Bromley.
No, so we're up in Birmingham. We're at the Property Filter Property Host Summit, and it's been a great day, Kevin. Probably about 70, 80 hosts in the room.
Yeah, as well as sponsors and various people who are really trying to help get the educational message out about why property is a great investment, and also how hosts can do a great job to direct people to get the right information, the right support, the right community, which all of the ingredients we know are critical when you're building wealth.
That's it. And you've been on stage, you were on one of the panels, and you were telling all the hosts about Wealth Builders. So, yeah, we've been shaking lots of hands, drinking lots of coffee. And
no alcohol.
No. So today's episode is going to be grabbing some of these wonderful people that are in the event today and asking them what's their piece of advice for new property investors? What are some of the mistakes that they see, and what would they say to help them avoid those mistakes? So you're going to hear from some great people today, and Kevin will be back with another episode next week.
Well, until then, my friend, see ya.
I'm with the host, Guillaume Black. Hello, Guillaume.
Yeah, hello. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hey, what a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Tell us about today.
Yeah, so we are the Networking Host Summit. So the third edition, we've run this. We've organized this as Property Filter. And the last time we ran it, the host wanted to be introduced with more sponsors and serious service providers. So it was, no hesitation, but to get the Wealth Builder guys to come up. And, you guys have really smashed it. You put a lot in everything you do, right? So it transpired in you coming up to this event, made a really, really good offer for the host, so thank you very much for that. So I think we're a really good day so far. What about you guys?
We're having a fantastic time meeting so many hosts, lots of events that we've already spoken at across the UK, but lots more hosts who we've not met before. And I'm putting together a podcast today, and I'm asking everyone one question. I'm going to ask you, Guillaume. What's the biggest mistake that you see new property investors making, and how can they avoid it?
Yeah, for me, the biggest mistake people make is they think it's all gonna happen in one day. They think like the price is the price. They put a lot of importance over the asking price, because I think they've been trained by the likes of using Amazon and things where the price is the price. You add to the basket, you check out, deliver to your door next day. Property doesn't work like this, right? So you need to find the angle, the motivated seller, ignore the asking price, offer what it's worth for you, and then the deals are going to be in the follow-up. It's going to take a while. But most people are looking at the price and say, nothing stacks, right? Yeah, nothing stacks at asking price, mate. It's very easy, right?
So the easy way they can avoid that, and that's get themselves subscribed, right?
Yeah, to Property Filter, indeed. Yeah, that's right.
All right, thanks. Have a great afternoon.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I'm Hanif Khan, and I'm here at the Property Filter Host Summit. And the biggest mistake I see new property investors making is really trying to do too many things. So they see this strategy over here, lease options, and they see PLOs, then they see, title splits, and they're thinking and they're trying to do all of these different strategies all at the same time. And really what you need to do is focus on one strategy, understand that strategy inside out, get it right, practice and do that thing. Once you've got that working, then start adding more strategies to it. So that would be my advice. Choose one strategy, make sure it's right for you. The other thing that I see is, they choose a strategy that doesn't fit their skill set, their personality. So make sure that the strategy you're choosing is going to fit your personality. So if it's all about negotiating deals with vendors, the strategy, and you actually don't like negotiating, then that's the wrong strategy for you. Choose one where you're doing something where you don't have to negotiate directly with the vendor.
Hi, Aaron Yahaya. I've been in property for about 20 years, give or take. Now, the biggest mistake I see new property investors making is going too fast, too soon and not getting a proper handle of the things that they know that they're bringing in from their previous life and what their ability and capacity is. So going too fast and too soon. I think the best advice I would give is have a proper knowledge of what you are capable of and what capacity you have at that moment in time in that season of life. Preferably as well, I would also advise people to get with or get around people who are already doing what you want to do. Steady and slow, like the tortoise. Speak to the experts, speak to the professionals, and that is the advice I'd give to someone starting out. Know yourself, go at a steady pace, and compounding will take care of the rest.
Hello, my name's Simon Zutshi from the Property Investors Network. I'm often asked the question, what's the biggest mistake that new investors make when trying to invest in property? Now, there are lots of mistakes they make, but I think probably the biggest is recognizing that you don't know what you don't know. And actually, by educating yourself, learning how to buy the right kind of property in the right area is really important. After all, any idiot can go and buy a property, and many idiots do go and buy property. So really educating yourself to learn what makes a good deal. You want to check that you can easily rent it out. You want to check there's a good cash flow. You're going to get good return on investment. And obviously that, you're going to get good long-term growth from that property. So education is the key. If you educate yourself, you're less likely to make the common mistakes that many people make when trying to do it on their own.
Hi everyone, my name is Reshma Thakore and I'm the co-founder of SiteFinder and Become Compliant. We work with investors and deal sources across the whole country. So the single biggest mistake that I see investors make almost every single day is trying to dive into just too many investment strategies. They get shiny penny syndrome and they can't concentrate on one single thing. I think if you're new into investing, choose your strategy, decide what works for you and stick with it and become known as that in your area. Once you get really skillful and understand lots of things on that particular strategy, you can diversify. But focusing and understanding how to stack every deal that comes in that strategy is the perfect thing to do.
Hi, it's Kevin Wright here, and I'm at a property host conference today. And hey, look, what's the biggest mistake that people make in property right now? Let me tell you what I think it is. It's believing when you get an offer rejected, the seller says, no, I'm never selling my property to you at that price. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying, I'm not ready yet to sell my property to you at that price. Why? Because I think there's a buyer out there that's going to pay more than you've offered. So I'm going to hang around until they show up. But if they don't show up, your rejected offer gets better and less offensive, if you want to put it that way, the longer they can't sell their property. So there we are. So the tip is when your offer gets rejected, it's not no, not ever. It's no, not yet.
Hi, my name's Brendan J. Quinn. I'm from the Central London Property Network, which will be celebrating its 15th year anniversary next April. So over the course of the last 14 plus years, I've met many investors, both first-timers and more experienced investors. The thing I probably would say that first-timers, in terms of the mistake they make, is probably not being aware of how much importance they are to all the people in the room, how they can connect, how can they deliver, and practicing particularly their pitch. So if you have an opportunity to showcase what you do in property, take full advantage of that pitch. Whether it's 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whether it's a minute or 2 minutes, that pitch, lots of people are going to hear, and it's about practicing, rehearsing that pitch. Yes, it's easy to get up on a one-to-one basis, but just practice pitching on a regular basis.
Hi, I'm Heather Smail, property developer, landlord and mentor. And I'd like to talk to you today about the biggest mistake that I see new people who are new to property investing making. And that is that they expect results within months. And property investing is all about longevity and the compounding effect. And that is the biggest piece of advice that I could give you is you need to be relentless, you need to be persistent, and you need to build that slow momentum, because when the compounding effect kicks in, it's huge. And it's the small daily habits and consistency that will actually deliver the results.
Hey, my name is Hussein. I'm based in Birmingham and we focus on property investing, developing and helping property investors. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I see new people make when they come into a property space is not having clear direction or focus in terms of what they're trying to achieve. The reality is there's only three ways to make money from property. You're either creating cash flow, which is reoccurring income that you're using each and every month, possibly to replace a salary, or what you might be doing is building up capital. So you're growing the pot of cash that you have that might be, say, for example, from flipping property. Or your third way is you're building equity for the long term. For example, like your buy-to-let, which is probably not going to give you a huge amount of cash flow immediately, but over the long term, that capital will grow. So it might be like a pension, or it might be a legacy. So these are really the three ways to make money from property. And all the different types of strategies tend to sit underneath those. So when people start, often there's no clarity on which one of those is most important. And if you start thinking about those, which is the right one for you, what you'll find is that you'll be able to eliminate the biggest mistakes most people make, which is not actually knowing where they're going.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget that we are constantly updating our resources inside the Wealth Builders membership site to help you create, build and protect your wealth. Head over to wealthbuilders.co.uk/membership right now for free access. That's wealthbuilders.co.uk/membership.